The South African Music Awards and Metro Awards are around the corner, and it's always an exciting time for fans. But the awards are about more than glitz and glam. It's a chance to recognize local artists for their work and their impact on the South African music scene. To speak to us more about this, I'm joined by Lesley Mofokeng from the South African Music Awards. Mr. Mofokeng, thank you very much for your time and for joining us. Of course, when we watch the summers, we just look at the glitz and the glamour, how you put up all the seating and arrangements in the auditorium, and of course the fashion that comes with it as well. But I'm sure there's a business behind it. Artists are able, like for instance, people who make garments are also able to make some money.
Good afternoon, Masego, and thank you for the invitation, and to the viewers at home. Yes, that's absolutely true. The summers are a 365 days of the year operation. We have an office in Randburg where we actually just put the summers together. It's a whole year culmination that you see on television. We have to go out and look for money. It's driven by sponsorship. The summers are organized by RISA, and RISA is funded by membership and levies from our members who are record companies as well as labels that are in the music space. So what we do is that we look out for the year. Actually, we look back at the year. Let's talk about the summer specifically. We look back at the year that was, and we honor talent for the year that was. We are now open for entries, and people have been invited to submit until the 14th of April. It's quite exciting for us. Yeah.
How important is it for artists and for South Africans to be able to, sometimes you watch the summers and then you discover an artist you didn't even know about, for instance. So how important is it even for up-and-coming artists?
For me, that's the beauty of the summer. The summer, when you look at how they operate and how people are nominated and winners are chosen, you realize that the playing fields are level. We do not look at hits. We do not look at how big the person is. We do not look at social media following. We just look at the body of work that is submitted. That is the essence of the summer. That is why there are so many artists who will tell you that their big break was being nominated for a summer and winning a summer. Because it's not only newcomers that we look at. It's not only established artists of the year. It's really open to South African artists. As long as you believe that the product that you have is strong enough and worthy of a summer, you're more than welcome to submit for the summer. You just have to make sure that it falls within the period that we are honoring for that year. So we don't consider any other thing except the body of work that you present. There are categories, obviously, that we look at how big a song was. Yeah. For example, record of the year. There's also music video of the year. Those are based on numbers. But generally speaking, when we look at genre categories, we just listen to the body of work presented to us.
Lesley, I have to ask you this question. The music industry has gone through a very tumultuous time in the last few months, losing people like your DJ Somebody and most recently eNCA, in the manner in which we've lost them in South Africa. As a body that looks at South African talent and people who probably would have made it to the list of nominees. What do you say about what's been happening in the music industry?
What I can tell you now is that it's with a heavy heart. Our colleagues at Capasso recently, or rather earlier this week, hosted a prayer meeting to pray for the artists, to pray for the industry. We are concerned, we are very worried, because this is the pulse, this is the actual talent. These are the people that are recording music that we can share for posterity. And losing them, especially at such early ages, at young ages, and in the manner that we're losing them, is really concerning and worrying. We send our condolences to the families, we send our condolences to the fans and supporters of South African music, and we pray that at some point, soon enough, this will come to an end. I mean, you can imagine an industry with no elders, an industry where there's a whole generation that's been wiped out. It's something that we don't want to find ourselves in. So we pray for the industry, we pray for the safety of our artists, and I'm urging music lovers to show their support and really support the music industry by not just playing the music and buying the music and streaming it, but also praying for them and also sparing a thought for these people that give so much of entertainment and give us soundtracks of our lives. and they travel long distances. They do all of this just for our entertainment. We need to put them first and ask for their protection.
And I guess this is why it's important that sometimes at the summers you have to also just acknowledge those people by having a moment of silence.
We do have an in memoriam that looks back at the year that was, all the artists that have passed on. It's a poignant moment. When you look at the summers, we find the most sentimental performance or music to accompany that tribute as we remember our departed and fallen stars. And it's also a heavy one. At the end of the day, the summers are supposed to be an entertaining platform, a night of entertainment and celebration, but we always have to look back and remember the soldiers we lost along the way.
Just very quickly, when are the summers?
The summers are happening in the last quarter, if not the third quarter of 2023. We open now for entries until the 14th of September. Quick rush to the summer website and submit while there's still time.
Yeah.
And then we'll make announcements as time progresses, but we look forward to this. It's 29 years of the summer. It's huge.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you for spending these few minutes with us. That is Lesley Mofokeng from the South African Music Awards.